Emerald Africa came about through its work within the Small Foundation. We began to identify this gap in the market. So there was an increasing amount of equity investment in companies from very early stage to later stage. But what we noticed is that the debt was not following suit. So there was this lack of debt capital available in an appropriate format to companies as they sought to grow. Emerald Africa Financing Facility provides early stage debt to start-up digital innovators focusing on providing their services to rural sub-Saharan Africa. The ventures that we're targeting are providing financial services to their end customers, so this is often loans. For them to provide loans, actually the most appropriate capital to use is debt. With debt, you're matching the types of funding that you're given with the funding that you have. That is absent on the continent. Actually, the financial institutions find it very difficult to engage with tech-enabled companies, so fintechs, agtechs, either because they don't have the capacity to engage with these new technologies, they don't have the mandate to work with them, or they're operating in sectors where they don't have the expertise. The impact that we hope Emerald Africa Financing Facility to have is on two levels. Firstly, we hope that by providing appropriate debt to the early stage ventures, that we're able to help them grow and flourish and serve the communities that they support. Secondly, we'd also like to prove that there is a commercially viable segment of the market that can be served by debt providers. And by doing that, we'd hope to crowd in other debt providers and get an increasingly vibrant segment. There are a lot of really exciting opportunities that come in this territory. First is working with brilliant entrepreneurs who are solving some of the most difficult challenges in the segment across the continent. And that's really humbling and exciting to be part of their journey. The other thing is that we've seen a shift towards recognizing the importance of debt funding on the continent, particularly over the last 2 years as equity investment has slowed down. We're coming to an understanding that debt is a very important part of the capital structure for these businesses. One of the challenges that we see is making sure that there's an appropriate amount of financing for ventures at each stage of their life cycle, whether that's seed capital at the start, whether that's debt as they grow, or whether that's growth capital later on. It's still very much a mixed picture in terms of what's available, and that changes by geography as well as by segment. Whilst we've seen the overall envelope of funding to the sector increase over the last years, there is still gaps that remain unfilled, and we want to see other ventures like EAFF spring up to fill them. We can see that there's important roles for different innovative and blended financing structures, more coordination and collaboration amongst financiers, and enterprise support organisations coming together to ensure that the entrepreneurs and the ventures themselves are able to fulfil their mandate and grow to their full potential.